I broke my back.
What do you mean by that?
My back is broken.
What do you mean, calm it down? It's a fight. Referees telling two fighters who want to fight to calm it down? He should calm down.
So he's like a clown in his show, man. He's not your guy.
Because Tyson Fury's back, and all you motherfuckers are under attack.
Look, Eddie Hearn can say all what he likes. Who gives a shit what Eddie Hearn says? It's garbage.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Can you let me retire and be happy? Please, just please.
Bombs away from the Bronx Bomber!
Wanda! Let's go, baby! Let's go! I'm through. They put somebody else up and give me an interview.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You never give me a fair shake. HBO needs to fire you. You don't know shit about boxing. You ain't shit. You're not shit.
I wish I was 50 years younger and I'd kick your ass.
I got dropped, man. Are you kidding? No, you won the fight.
OMG, I am so excited.
Any of you radio personalities think you want smoke? Call me Mr. Chimney. I want smoke.
Yes. What is up, Patreon family? Another weekly edition of Boxing Banter. I know it's supposed to be on Sundays, but Sunday we got all fucked up, remember, because YouTube servers decided not to work that day. Yay, but we're back. It's going to be usually Sundays because usually none of us are working that day. Right, guys? Fu, Rob, like that's the day. We're going to go back to Sunday's Boxing Banter because I love this show. It's my personal favorite show that we do. So let's come back to this schedule of Sundays. It's awesome. We're a full panel here. Going to discuss all things and nothing all at the same time. But of course, I'm joined as usual by the full panel. Rob, Fu, how you guys doing today, man?
All good. You, Fu?
I'm doing great. Sorry, the kiddo just walked in.
It's okay. Harrison is, I think, a usual guest host on Boxing Banter.
We're on Patreon. You could probably smack him. It's all right.
I've never laid a hand on my son. No.
Food's like, don't joke about that. It's not funny.
It's all right.
I've written him some strongly worded emails, but that's about it.
Or did you send him a newsletter?
RIP the newsletter. Though, Rob, you know what's funny? Is that because for those who don't know, we are in the midst of moving over our website to a new host, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know what the right verbiage to use there.
A better one.
What?
A better one.
Yeah. Better host. It's a much better website. I'm far happier with it. But
see the logo, but it's all right.
Shut up. The logo's fine, Rob, okay? Phil, okay, we're going to sell this right now, okay?
The logo's fine. I can see every bit of the logo. I don't know. Like, I think...
Thank you!
Maybe, like, Rob's like one of those people who couldn't see episode 3 of Game of Thrones because they don't have the TV settings right or something. I don't know.
I'm convinced that Rob just doesn't have his phone or his computer, like, his brightness up all the way.
Right?
I'm convinced about that.
What, the
Trying
dark
to save
blue?
That battery for the shed.
The dark blue on black. Yeah, it's really good. Really says Mixed Combat Radio. Jumps right out.
Okay, does it jump out? No, it's not neon fucking lights, Rob. But beside the point, you can see it, okay? But anyways, back to making fun of Fu here, Rob. Why did you jump on me, okay? This was supposed to be making fun of Fu.
If I knew that's where you were going, I would have let you go.
I'm making fun of Fu here, okay? So let me go.
All right, go.
But anyways, so like I'm in the process, so is Fu, but mainly me, of getting the website in order, mainly because Fu, I need to walk him through that, and Rob just give up on doing anything to the website. It's okay.
I can't even see it. Just crack on.
You can't even see it. Fuck off. But there's an option for a, quote, newsletter, and I have not clicked on that, but I've seen it, and every time I've gone to edit anything on the website, I've seen that newsletter option. I'm like, ooh, maybe this is the time for me to make the newsletter. I'm like, no, that's Fu's baby. He can do that.
Dude, if I can do anything on there, I have no idea. I'm like, the other one was like drag and drop. So I was like, oh, this is easy. I just search for the YouTube video, drag, drop it. It shows on the website. Now it's like not hard, but it's just different. So
it's all
I have
embedding.
no idea. Yeah.
It's all embedding. And plus, like maybe some of the lingo is different. But like again, we're gonna walk through that. Me and you, Fu, like obviously not here on the show, but like after the show, hopefully me and you can do that. I know you have the day off and you've been ducking us all day. It's fine.
I was napping.
We know you were napping. It's fine.
I'm the old guy. Apparently.
Wonderful.
Rob, it's funny that you are the old guy, but you stay up significantly later and do far more than me and Fu. So
I know.
it's all right. You can take that mantle of being the young old guy with all that youth. But digressing, website's gonna be amazing, guys. I cannot wait to do it and finish it and have it published for you guys. It's I would say like 50% done. I would say like there's a lot. I did a lot yesterday. I really don't think there's a lot more we need to add. There's some things we need to fine tune. The good thing about it is that it's one of those websites we can obviously just keep adding things. So it's not like
all the time, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a big issue. Once it's like ready to be published, and then also once we officially get that domain name over, we should publish it because it looks amazing. And I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait to brag about it.
We can tweak it like every week and use each one of Fu's bio photographs that he sent. There was a wide choice of filters.
Dude.
Yeah, man.
That was so good.
I liked them.
Is that what I almost got fired for?
Yes.
Those photos were legit.
Every time I asked you for a bio picture and a selfie, you just kept sending me Snapchat filters. And when he got to the devil, which actually I gotta say, nice filter for that Snapchat.
That was my choice. I put the thumbs up.
That was good. And then it went to the girl one, and I was like, no, I don't need to see Fu with like long hair. I don't.
And then everyone in the chat questioned their sexuality, and they were like, "Oh damn, Fu's looking pretty good."
Nope. No one thought that. Fu,
Yeah,
you're not that good looking, dog.
Pretty good.
Don't speak for everybody, Matt. I mean,
Rob, you already think Fu's attractive. Okay, we've talked about this.
Sexy hairy bastard.
Yeah, I turned that filter on my son, and he just died laughing when he turned into a girl.
Did you see the clip? Some guy is like, I think kissing his girlfriend, and she's holding the phone out ready, and she like turns and looks at, he's like nuzzling in her neck, and then he looks at her phone, and it's like he's kissing another dude.
Oh yes!
Oh my god!
He literally like shoves her away, and he's like, "Whoa." Oh, it's fucking brilliant. I'll try and find it and send it to you later. But that's a great one. She was
good.
But yes, Fu, that's why you're almost fired. That exactly. And Rob obviously is in mourning because of the AJ loss still. Like, he's still talking about conspiracy theories. It's cool.
Mike Coppinger's talking conspiracy theories. So now you're probably like, well, maybe there's something in it. Big Mike said about it.
I love how you did like that. Like, hey man, like I don't know. Like Mike is talking about it.
Alex Jones. Every once in a while, one of Alex Jones's conspiracy theories is true. So this might be one of those moments for Rob.
Or one of his UK conspiracy theories is actually right. I hope.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. That came out, Rob. I'll go to you actually. When maybe I should have read the article first.
Oh yeah.
Because when you said he's sparring fight week, I'm like, he's sparring fight week. Like he's in New York City, and he is sparring during fight week.
He said that on camera. Joshua said
no. But the article said 8 days before the fight.
Yeah,
That's not fight week. So I think AJ said fight week. You know what I mean? Like, he's just talking, like, fight week, the week before a fight. That's sort of interchangeable in him.
Yeah,
but
8 days.
It is a difference. No, it is a difference. Like, fight week, if you're Monday in New York City, your fight's on Saturday, and you're sparring, no one does that. If you're sparring, let's say, the Friday before you leave on the weekend, yeah, that's normal. Like, that's not out of the you see, like, there is a difference there. So like that conspiracy, air quotes, is a little bit more legitimate in my eyes because of the 8-day window, compared to fight week, because no one spars on fight week. Like, you're doing media events, like you have too many obligations at that point, to be worried about sparring. And if you are training, no, he's not. He's a heavyweight, so he's not doing this. You're cutting weight. You're not really training for the fight, so to speak. But 8 days out, that's not out of the norm. But the anxiety attack, I don't believe. It's AJ. That guy's too, like, he's done too many 70,000, 100,000 seaters. He's done too many big time shows, like, not only for boxing, but like the Graham Norton show. Like, he's been on big platforms that millions of people are watching him. Him fighting on DAZN, I don't feel like would be a big deal. But back to
no. All I feel is there was definitely virtually every trainer, every fighter that's been interviewed said something wasn't right. I don't know what it is, but something wasn't right. He didn't look right. He didn't look like the latest. Do you want to see the latest? I'll try and find the clip. But someone has used their phone to record a YouTube video that they found, and the guy is claiming that that wasn't the Joshua that we know. It was actually not Joshua.
It was his twin
Oh.
brother. Yes. Yo, hold on. Please tell me there was an actual video out there claiming that.
Yeah, I'll find it now. While you
Yes.
talk through, but yeah, he's basically saying Matchroom don't care who this guy is, because he's not the actual Anthony Joshua. He's like, so they were willing to let this guy go in there and get like smashed to pieces. It's not actually Joshua.
I just hope this is like a legit top level troll because this is pretty good.
This is
By the way,
great.
I put we have a winner gif. I found a we have a winner. That's the best one.
Can you please find that video? I'm gonna speak on this for a second. Fu, because you're a little more tapped into pop culture than maybe Rob is, especially American pop culture. Do you know of the really weird conspiracy theory? And this is really off brand for us, but like the Avril Lavigne, like she's a doppelganger. She actually died, and her like friend.
No.
Have you heard? Oh my god!
I'll have to look that
maybe
up.
it's an age thing because like in my age bracket, like Avril Lavigne was a thing at one point. But there's been a like ongoing decade plus conspiracy theory that Avril Lavigne that we know today is not the true Avril Lavigne, and it's her friend, and like you can tell in the like it is legit like flat Earth, like
And they put work into it.
Oh my
Like,
god,
there's a lot of work into it.
yo.
Here's the thing.
Like
so,
no, I'll put it this way: for teen girls, like age 18 to 25, right? So my age bracket, right? The Avril Lavigne conspiracy theory is like maybe your guys' Tupac conspiracy theory that he's off in Cuba somewhere. Like it's that equivalent.
so here's the thing. I mean, I think it would be a funnier conspiracy for AJ if it was like the like one of those movies where two people like touch like a light pole at the same time and then they
switch
like
bodies.
go into each other's bodies.
That'd be cool.
And the real AJ is just like walking around as like some
A
like
Freaky Friday situation.
155-pound like street corner rapper in New York now. You know?
Yo. Street rapper in New York.
Yeah.
Phil, what's your mindset? Because you weren't on the show, I think, right? You weren't on the.
I was. Yeah, I was. Not on the A-side show. No. So here,
the A-side show. You mean the review show, right?
the review show. Yeah, but the A-side little clip you made, I always just refer to Ruiz now as the A-side because that's what he is.
Yeah.
I
don't know what clip.
Rob,
I don't know what clip you're talking about, to be honest.
Didn't you clip that segment of the
No.
show? Oh, did you not name it the A-side? Oh, maybe we were just talking
You
about
are
something.
definitely thinking of the clip of him getting the A-side treatment going the Jimmy Kimmel show.
Oh, okay, yeah,
That's not a clip of us saying that he's now the A-side.
Gotcha. I'm saying he's now the A side. No, I don't buy into. Look, all the fighters said that they had to go through multiple and extensive physicals before the fight, like the week of, the day of, and then I think afterwards as well. I just don't, and I agree with. I watched another trainer talk about this. It said if you think McCracken would have let AJ go in with a concussion, like that is severely disrespectful. Like there's no way McCracken would have let him do that. Like period. Like I mean, he's coached this guy through the Olympics and everything, right? It's like not like it's just some new trainer that doesn't give a shit about the guy. So the only thing would be if AJ covered it up or was good at playing off the effects. Like Mitty said, you'd have to do a brain scan, I guess. Like I thought they had other ways of testing for stuff like that, like light sensitivity and stuff was a big sign
but
of
like
that. But
like I've had 6 concussions on my medical record.
oh my god,
I know, right? I think
fucking big head always banging into shit.
two of them I had to go to the ER for. One I had to go to the hospital for, or doctor for, not really a hospital. Light sensitivity only really occurred in one of those concussions. and it was my most severe one, obviously. But like most of those other concussions, like I didn't have that. Like you find shine the flashlight in someone's eyes, and you can see the pupils either not dilate or dilate, and that can tell. That really didn't happen for me. Like they could tell by the way I was describing how I felt at the moment more that I had a concussion, and obviously brain scans afterwards. But that it.
What, like
symptoms, yeah, like lightheadedness, like dizziness, like my equilibrium's off, like stuff like that.
Did you also tell them you're a massive pothead?
Shut up. Nausea, like if I felt like I just like like need to throw up, stuff like that. But
needed Pringles and things like that.
God, I fucking hate you so much, Rob. So much. You know what I mentioned in the title? Rob's fired. Not almost fired. Rob is fired.
Definitely a concussion. He wants Pringles.
No, but all that being said,
Pringles ain't really good.
I don't think AJ looked the same in a lot of for a lot of reasons. Like he's been hurt before and recovered better, and he didn't recover at all in this fight. Like, so I don't know if that's like a mental thing. Like a lot of people are saying maybe he's just finally cracked from all the pressure of the Wilder and the Fury shit and having to carry the brand. And I don't know, I'm not there. He seemed fine. He was shooting basketball with kids like the next day, having laughs.
And again, that like the first 2 rounds and the first minute of that third round, AJ was looking spectacular in my opinion. But until he got clipped and then he was.
Now he could have got hurt in sparring, and then decided and maybe after he got hurt, been like, "Oh shit, like it's happening again. I'm not responding well to this pressure." Or they tried to bring someone in who's a lot like Ruiz, right? Who's similar style fighter. I think they found someone pretty close, but I mean not the same skill level, obviously. But
yeah, Joey DeWalker.
So I mean, maybe. I don't know. I just don't buy a lot of it. I don't buy a lot of it being that he's somehow been concussed and his trainer and Eddie Hearn and it's like nobody stopped him from fighting.
Now, what about the anxiety attack? You see the video clip of his dad, going after Eddie. Is that just a dad being emotional about his son losing, or is there something more sinister at work here?
I don't know because I've never heard much from his dad.
Me neither.
I mean, what did his dad think about him coming to the U.S. and fighting? I mean, I know a lot of British people have a bad taste in their mouth for champions coming over and putting their belts on the line in the U.S.
Doesn't end well.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. That could be some of it. Go ahead, Robbie.
Check the one-on-one chat and see what you think about the Chris Mannix tweet.
Is it breaking news? I should get the breaking news shit out.
Can do.
Ooh, hold on. Let me just get out. I haven't read it yet, guys. Hold on. I'm not looking at it. DAZN officials this week, including Executive Chairman John Skipper, met with Anthony Joshua to discuss bringing the rematch with Andy Ruiz back to New York. Likelihood is the rematch takes place in the UK, but it will be Joshua's call. So DAZN wants a rematch in the US. Not surprising. And Joshua and their team probably want in the UK. What Chris is reporting. I would assume Chris has probably really good sources in that team. Obviously, working with DAZN and Matchroom a lot.
Yeah, he seems to.
Same with like Mike Coppinger and PBC. Like I would assume they're tapped into those respective conglomerates very well.
Yeah, ESPN. Yeah,
so. It's just obvious. Who do you think wins out this battle? I think it will be a battle this time around. I don't think AJ and Eddie are going to be as willing to be like, oh, yeah, of course, John. We're going to send him over there. I think they're going to be more defensive about their fighter in a way and trying to put as much chips in their basket as possible.
Eddie's kind of in a really tough spot because Adam Smith and Sky will want it here. John Skipper and DAZN will want it there. And one's going to offer more money.
What do you think Eddie wants? Like, just on a personal reason, not for money. Like, what do you think in his mind? If when he's by himself, what does he think he would prefer?
I think,
if you had to guess, obviously,
I'm torn. I think he'd really want a massive night in a stadium, and because there's been a lot of talk now that who was it said it was going to be London.
Sean Nam.
Yeah, there's been a lot of now talk about Cardiff and stuff like that. part of me thinks Eddie would like him to go back and conquer America like he was supposed to the first time, but I think he'll want it back in the UK. Yeah, I don't know. I think considering the amount of followers, that Ruiz has got, and obviously it's apparently done just behind what Canelo's done in his 2 fights on there. So possibly 500,000, maybe 400,000 for the Joshua Ruiz fight
in the US. In the US, yeah.
Yeah, I think the zone are looking at this is going to be a huge deal if they can get it in America on the zone, primetime American sort of time, because Andy Ruiz is just on a lap of honor and he's gaining fame and followers, and he's meeting the president of Mexico on Tuesday or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man. And he's just riding the wave. But DAZN, I'm sure, are watching that. I think the highlights video on DAZN is now on 10.5 million. It appears, 93% of the whole audience that might have watched it were on illegal streams. But yeah, ultimately, answer to your question, I think they'll lean the UK. Eddie Hearn would lean towards the UK for this.
You think they forced John Skipper to not? I wish we knew the contract in its particulars, because I wouldn't want to know sort of who has the more leveraging power in this deal.
Well, money talks, man. I think DAZN will have a lot more than Sky would, but I don't know.
Who? I mean,
here's my thoughts on this. I think Eddie will have to put it in the UK, because ultimately I think Joshua, if your father's upset with someone, there's like a tie there that, to me, he's going to listen to family a lot, right? So if ultimately you want to get your belts back in the UK, and Eddie already has kind of forced you into being the DAZN poster boy, which maybe Joshua's not super stoked about carrying the Matchroom USA brand on DAZN over there, right? I think if he feels like Eddie is more concerned with how DAZN does and Matchroom USA than how he personally does, that's going to cause some kind of rift between him and Eddie. That's going to cause some kind of trust issues. And I think that that's where he's going to focus on is making sure AJ feels comfortable however the next fight goes, so he gets his belts back. And I just think that Eddie is in a really tough spot in a lot of ways, like you said, with Adam Smith, with Sky Sports, with John Skipper and DAZN, and even with some of the fighters, because Eddie has a lot of obligations to get DAZN where it needs to be, because it's basically him and, fucking Oscar De La Hoya who are carrying the mantle for pushing the DAZN subscriber base. So I feel like Eddie's just caught in a really tough spot here. But I think that fight ends up in the UK unless Ruiz just doesn't take it. And I don't know what that would look like for him. I mean, we've seen it before, though, where someone didn't honor the rematch clause. So,
yeah, but that was Tyson Fury. I mean, he is one of a kind in being flaky and unreliable. It's just interesting, man. Like, I love this entire fallout in a way. Like, yes, it is sad. Like, we lost that like undefeated heavyweights unifying storyline, but like that so doesn't matter to me. Like, I come from an age of like MMA and boxing being around where like people are greats that have shitty records too. Like, especially in MMA, much more so. Like, Fu, you can attest to this. Like BJ Penn, Randy Couture, some of these great guys that we talk about in MMA, they have like 500 records. Like, they're not good. Like, when you think about it in comparison to boxing records of being like 65-2.
Yeah, but here's the truth, and this is what I tried to make to a point to a Wilder fan when they said, we always knew Joshua was going to lose first. We always knew Joshua would lose. Well, yeah, he took more chances. He fought better competition. If you do that, you lose. That's why MMA records are bad, because if you fight consistently the top 5, the top 6 people,
top 10
in your weight class, top 10, you're going to lose.
Yeah.
That's just how it works.
And
his last 5 fights have been tough fights. I mean,
and to Rob's point, not to give him like some credit here in some abstract way. Rob's point about Adrian not looking right. There are times like some guys just aren't on point in a fight. Like there's times like I've gone into sparring and I've beaten that guy in sparring matches like every fucking day. But guess what? That day wasn't my day. I didn't feel right. Didn't feel there. Something was going on, at home, whatever it was. I wasn't on point. I got my ass kicked, that day in sparring. That shit happens. Like, you can be as good as you are, but that day just isn't your day for a variety of reasons and X factors and variables that you really can't, replicate on any other day. Like, just how it is sometimes. Like, that's the beauty of the theater of the unexpected that, often gets called this. Rematch odds by way of Rob in the chat. Ruiz underdog slightly, though. I like it. I like the odds. Plus 225 for Ruiz, so like 2-1, 3-1 underdog odds. It's not bad.
Yeah. Fu also in the chat. Who is the favorite underneath the odds?
And adding to that, I legit don't understand betting. So plus money is underdog.
Yeah. Plus money is the underdog. Minus money is the favorite. So basically, he's a 3-1 favorite, and Ruiz is just over 2-1 underdog.
Now, correct me on this, Rob. If you bet $100 on Ruiz, obviously you get $225
plus your 100.
Yeah, plus 100. If you bet 100 on Joshua, you get what? 30.
You lose 300.
No, you lose. You make what? $30, right? You make $30 and then plus your 100.
Yeah,
I think it's $30, right? Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah, for you guys, yeah.
Do you understand that, Phil? Like, look at those numbers and understand the ramifications of how it's connected to the $100 and only bet $100.
Basically, for us, that Ruiz is it's hard because we do it like fractions. So that's a plus 225 is 9-4. So you divide how many fours into 9, basically, and then Joshua is a 1-3. Or 3-1 on.
This is how you know we're stupider than the UK.
Because
they could never get away with that.
No.
They could never, like in the US, people be like, what in the fuck? So what do? I multiply times and then I got to invert it. And then
I was about to say that.
Happens?
Yes, thank you, Fu, for bringing that up. Because the second you said, we do fractions, I'm like, well, then obviously you guys are smarter because fuck fractions. Like, last time I did really worry about fractions and like multiplying and dividing was what, 5th grade?
Yeah.
So like a 5-2, say there was a 5-2 underdog, that's like a plus 250 because it's like half of.
Okay, Rob.
Like, I am smart enough to figure that out, but I'm saying the U.S. public is definitely not smart enough.
It was 50-50 on who got that and who didn't right there. 2 Americans, 1 understood, 1 didn't. We need a broader survey. Where's Gary?
Where's Gary?
And yeah, so a 3-1, basically you bet 3. You bet for every £1 you bet, you could win 3. Or if it's he's a favorite, you need to bet £3 to win 1. So your 100 is 30, like you said.
Oh my god, that's so fucking confusing.
I mean, for me, when I always go, so that he's a -2. I have to think about your way of doing it. So whenever we've done odds on the show, I have to put it in UK, and I've just opened a thing called the odds converter. So I type it in and then I break it down, and it says, see, this is how it does it. It does fraction, decimal, then it says American. So the implied probability, also by this website, for Andy Ruiz to win the rematch is 30.8% chance of winning.
Just think about it this way, okay? When you see that plus, you make more money. That's the underdog.
Yeah.
And ignore anything after that first number, honestly. Like, if it's a plus 100 something, that's basically even money, not worth it. Plus 200 something, that's 2-1 odds. 3-1 odds. Think about it that way, and then vice versa for the minus. That's how I think about it, and that's how I bet if I do bet. I don't bet often.
Yeah, I would never bet because the most I would bet is like $10, and what would I win? $22, $22.50.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, no. Plus, then you watch the fight and you're just worried about your bet because you're going to bet on the better odds. So it's like I would be rooting for Joshua,
I don't know how,
but betting on Ruiz.
I don't know how Brew does it. Shout out to Brew out there who might be listening, either in the past, present, or future.
You honestly need to. One day, you guys will be over here, and we'll go to Cheltenham Racecourse and watch the horse racing. You've never seen a bunch of guys when they see their horse coming around the last bend in like fucking last place, looking like something that's on its way to the glue factory. Just throw their tickets on the floor and just like, fuck's sake, fucking stupid fucking donkey. And then there's some guys that have got the two horses that are coming to the line. They got their tickets. They go, come on, just going nuts. It's fucking funny. But yeah, the amount of tickets you see screwed up on the floor, and then you see the bookie leaving the racecourse with a big sack of cash.
Always, they always.
I
win.
hate betting. I'll be honest. I've been to Vegas. Yeah. I've been to Vegas quite a bit because I work right, and I kind of live close to it. I've never once actually played a round of anything.
Mate.
When I went to Vegas tables, I haven't played a single betting game ever.
Walked into the casino, got to check into the hotel. I'm like, bit of a queue. Fuck it. I put $10 in this machine. Won $584 off my first fucking like 3 spins or something. I'm like, I'm going home a millionaire.
Addicted.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Then I went to the blackjack table, and I was kind of the woman realized I was a bit of a newbie and didn't quite know what I was at, and I went to like put some money down after she'd done the cards, and she looked at me and went like, no, and I went, no, all right, no, and because the next card come out and it would have busted me, so I'm like, oh, fair play, she's a good girl. And then I was like, shit, should I bet? And she kind of looked at me and gave a little nod like, yeah, hit this one.
That's nice.
I'm like, yeah, hit me. And it came out, I was like 21. I'm like, beautiful. And then again, she was like, no. And then she leant over at the end of one game. She gave the card. She goes, at some point, I'm going to have to, no, she said, I'm going to have to actually stop helping you in a minute. She said, because the pit boss is behind, they'll pick up on it pretty quickly. And I went, all right. Anyway, so I carried on. She'd stopped helping, and I'd done all right. I thought, right.
How do you not understand blackjack? That's like one of the simplest games to understand.
Just like when should like it's like you get
the
15,
protocol,
like
more like the protocol, so to speak. More
there's
than
an
the actual
etiquette to
game.
blackjack.
There is an etiquette. There is. You're right.
You flip out and you got like 15 or something, and you're like, oh.
And you don't hit.
Yeah, that's
like,
unless she's showing 20. That's it.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh. Me,
18 or higher, really.
Gambler as well. Like, well, so that 7 cards could be higher, 6 left. Fuck it, it's virtually 50-50. Fuck it, yeah, hit me. All right, fuck you then. That's 25.
And then you bust the guy next to you. That's the problem. Yeah. Or she has 13 and you give her an 8 and she hits 21 and everyone's fucking livid with you.
Oh yeah, that happened. So yeah, next day I'm like, where is she? Where is she? She's like, I got a day off, and I'm like, damn, I'm gonna lose all my money now. I'm on my own.
My parents were really good at like gambling. Like they love Vegas to death. Like that's like they love it. Like my mom will be in the casinos and play blackjack or whatever, or craps all night, all day.
The ones that sit there with like a fucking gallon tub of quarters and just pump it into those machines.
Nah, she doesn't like those. She likes actual like games. Like she likes either craps or blackjack. Those are her go-tos. And she's really good. So like they raised me and my sister to know gambling. I just am poor. So like the idea of gambling money in Vegas has always been like terrifying to me because I don't have enough money to gamble.
You could be done in 5 minutes. You could be like, okay, well, that was fun.
Go
home then.
I was obviously, back in the day with Ness and them, we went to a table, went to a craps table, but like I didn't bet. I sat there with my drink. I watched everyone else bet, had a good time, had my smoke. I was good, right? I can get entertained by watching other people bet and gamble. I'm easily entertained. You know me, Rob. Like I can.
Yeah,
I'm a simple mind. Like honestly. And also patrons, like I won't be out there gambling money like other people. Just saying.
Not the patrons' money.
No, I won't be out there on vacations taking hard-earned money from you guys right afterwards. No,
that's for equipment.
Yeah, that's for this new website that I need to pay Foo back somehow. that I'm worried about. Patreon.com/Makes Combat Radio. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We need more patrons because this is our only.
And the logo cost me.
Yeah.
Oh, you want that new logo, huh? Shit.
What?
Oh no, you mean the intro?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the logo reveal.
No, yeah, that definitely cost me.
How good is that? How good is that?
That's amazing.
That
is
intro's
amazing. I can pay
fucking
that
baller.
back. That's cheap. Sorry, cheaper. That is cheaper.
I'm not even worried about it. I told you guys. I'm not worried about it.
Foo.
It'll all come together.
Foo, I am worried about it.
Yeah.
You don't get me. But yes, man, goddamn, that logo reveal is amazing, Rob. Can we just go on? I need to give. We haven't really sat here and just like applauded to Rob for doing that, just like out of like his own.
There were so many.
Rob, it's your moment, man. Take a bow. There, single camera you right now. Bask in the glory.
Let me be prepared. Like Joshua is getting ready to fight.
Yo, Joshua wasn't that weird.
$1 million Robbie.
That was weird. It's like I don't know.
I wanted you the whole time to say $1 million, like you say with Krala.
Yo,
Why does this happen all the time? I don't get it. It's not hard. It really is not hard. I don't know.
You know, Foo does it. You know, Foo is messing with you, right? Like Foo is doing that wrong.
I just don't know how like every American says collar wrong. It's like putting an S on someone's surname.
You know,
like,
you know why? We try to add some pizzazz to it because it's foreign. You know.
Okay.
You know, it's like
Tony Baloo. Baloo.
Baloo.
Yeah.
No, fuck.
That's so bad. Anyways, digressing. What else do I want to talk about? Nothing really too much. Like, there's nothing on the docket. It's boxing banter. But I do want to give another shout out to obviously Foo because I get in the mood for shout outs for doing the website. Thank you, Foo, for getting the website.
You guys are welcome. We've been talking about it for a long time, so we actually were. I don't know. It just kind of fell through the cracks.
We were hyped with the old one, weren't we, Phil? And then Mac was all like fucking precious about it. Like
I was, dude. It was such shit though when I pulled it back up because I was like, "Oh, did the domain transfer?" So I like went to my website. I was like, you know, my computer to go to the website. I'm like, boom, mixedcombatradio.com. That came up, and I was like, "What is this? It's terrible.
So bad.
It was like pink-ish white or something on the background.
So bad. And you know what? You know, I used to do this more with Rob. I don't anymore, and that's why Rob gets mad at me. When like Rob used to like first start making content that wasn't that great, I'm like, it's good, man. Like, you know, it's awesome. For you, I used to do that, Foo. I'm not doing that anymore. I've noticed that.
Like, tell me about it. Ungrateful fuck.
Hey, I did like the Tyson Fury video. I love that video. That was nice.
Dude, I don't worry about anything. I made employees cry all the time. So it's totally normal for me to just just be shot straight. Like, that's not good. Redo it.
Don't mess with the audio.
I'm still convinced. Definitely don't mess with the audio whore. That's me, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm still convinced Foo fucked up the website. Honestly, that section, and I had to redo it. Today.
No, I haven't played with the website at all.
But I don't even know what it is.
But I did know you changed all my little headers that I had made. But
of course
you did a better job with it.
I know I did.
Just had a white background. I think it looks so much slicker.
I'll look into that, Robbie. I think I can change the background.
It does need a lighter background. I do agree with that. Like, not even white, but like
the logo stands out. Oh, that's weird.
But like maybe like a charcoal gray. I would like that.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know,
or like that kind of like you washed your whites with like a pink shirt color on the background again.
No, that would be bad. No,
it's
not
good.
That.
The old one. But something brighter for my old eyes to see.
You like everything white. It's like, hey, the overlay, can we make that white? Hey, can we make that white?
Yeah.
You notice that, Matt?
I do. I'm the exact opposite. I'm like dark colors, sleek dark colors. I love
it.
It's
miserable. Fucking step into the light.
The lightest color I want is like silver. That's the lightest.
You miserable bastard. Suppose you got a red fucking hoodie on, man. Should be a black one with like emo music in the background.
First
Contemplating.
off, don't hate
getting
on
a
emo
black
music.
out.
Emo music is completely underrated. Secondly, look at DAZN's website. DAZN's website's amazing because of the sleek, dark colors.
Yeah, but their logo isn't got fucking dark writing on it.
What's the
Pops
logo
with,
on
like
the website?
vivid bright yellow.
Let me look at their. Well, it does pop, but that's because we need a new logo. To be honest,
I don't go getting a new logo now. I've just got that fucking intro logo.
I know.
Vicky is making me an awesome shirt.
I know.
I gotta look at this.
Think of this.
Is Vicky
Rob,
making all of us awesome shirts?
No,
or just you?
Hey, remember, Fu? I do have some shirts that I've never sent
goodness.
off. So, Fu, if you want a shirt,
Selfish Rob.
is Fu? Does Fu hear me there? Like, Fu?
Yeah, I did.
I have extra shirts. Like, just hit me up. I've never sent them. I literally.
Can I just give Rob some shit about not caring about us getting a shirt?
Of course. Sorry. That's right.
Yeah.
Let's give Rob shit time.
Thanks, Selfish Rob.
Selfish Rob.
Let me go back and look at these.
Listen, it's like embroidered. It's like fucking £60. I ain't spending that shit on yous.
God, what is it fucking made of?
Titanium.
It's I'm getting it in a nice shade of pink, pinkish,
white. Like
yeah. Logo pops. Looks great. Just reminds me of the old website.
That's what I was doing. I went to DAZN's website. I want to see what it looks like.
We were gonna. Vicky was gonna get like me a Mixed Combat Radio shirt ages ago, but Matt decided to fiddle around with the channel and called it MCR Net.
Yeah, let's not talk about the dark days, man. Like,
so we held off on getting a shirt because the name didn't match the name.
what the
R.I.P. the Net.
Why am I signed out?
Of what design?
Yes. I'm gonna have to sign back in. That's bullshit.
You're gonna be all right.
I guess I'll be fine. You know what it is? You know why the DAZN logo stands out? It's pure white on a dark background. That's why.
Oh wow!
That's why the logo itself is white.
Look at our logo reveal when it cuts it and it just goes to the white, and then our logo.
I like
goes
that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so our logo on a white background.
Do you do yoga, Robbie? Are you into yoga?
Do you do yoga?
I just wonder if how flexible your arm has to be to pat yourself on the back that much about that logo.
I don't need to. I know I'm right. I don't need congratulations. Safe in the knowledge that you're over there trying your hardest to be difficult. And it basically, in the space of a 5-minute conversation, said, "Yeah, it would look good on a white background, actually." Or it would.
It would. I just have no clue how to change it.
Oh, it looks like Joseph Parker and Tyson Fury are in training camp together.
Yeah, they are. They were before. Joseph Parker was there before he flew over for the press conference that he'd signed with Matchroom.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Boredom.
I was going to clip that, a little him and Fury singing and dancing together.
Yeah, I saw that right there. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, so I was going to shit on someone. Who was going to shit on?
Stephen A. Smith.
Oh God.
Oh, I know, Joe Rogan.
God,
Oh, did Joe Rogan go off about Joshua and he knows nothing about boxing?
No, it's not boxing.
It's rappers, I bet. Is it rappers?
No, it's not. It's not. It's about politics. I don't know if you guys want to get into it.
Oh, is he talking about Steven Crowder getting fucking demonetized? I don't even listen to Joe Rogan with that shit anymore because he doesn't keep the same energy. If a liberal gets kicked off, he does not keep the same energy. He only talks about these right-wing fucking conspiracy people.
Yo, your energy changed.
Okay, since Phil got into it, I can speak a little bit on it. I'm sorry, Rob. We're going to speak a little bit on it.
1 second. You should be fine about politics over there right now because we've got your fucking idiot fucking president here.
And
looking like he went to Baby Gap to get an outfit.
Hold on. And we got to admit, he is about to fuck up your NHS right now. We deeply apologize.
It's fine. It's fucked anyway.
It is, but it shouldn't be ruined. It shouldn't be taken off completely.
I love that the Queen gave him a book, as if to say, "Go and educate yourself, you dumb fuck."
I also love that they played Emperor Palpatine.
That wasn't real.
Music
that wasn't real.
That wasn't real.
No, you thought that was real.
Oh, dude, I was hoping that was real. God, I just was hoping that was real. I was like, the UK's so lit.
Dun, dun, dun,
Can you imagine if literally the fucking Queen's like fucking marching band was doing that song? Oh, that'd be great.
I've seen that.
I was hoping for Red Wedding kind of fucking reception, but
Anyways, Joe Rogan was talking about how Sam Cedar, the Majority Report, a show that I like a lot, how what he does by calling out Dave Rubin for being a idiotic mouth breather is the equivalent to Steven Crowder using homophobic and racial slurs for multiple years, harassing people. And he made that equivalent to David Pakman, obviously the David Pakman Show, which is a good guest to have on. Pakman definitely went back at him for that, but I mean, what are you gonna do? It's Joe Rogan, man. He's a fucking idiot. And then Dave Rubin and all those guys are his buddies, man. Like, of course he's gonna defend them.
Just what happened to Joe Rogan?
He literally, his defense of Steven Crowder having a socialism is for figs shirt when it's actually an A, obviously, was that, well, it's figs. And Joe Rogan literally says, wink, wink, nudge, nudge to David Pakman, like, yeah, it's figs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And I was like, so you admit that it's actually about a homophobic slur. It's just Joe Rogan being an idiot. And
let's be
he's
real.
always been an
You
idiot.
do not have the right to be monetized by any platform. It is not a right. It's a privilege. Like, you don't have a right to have a Twitter account. It's a privilege. Like, getting deplatformed from that is their fucking company. Like, it's not a freedom of speech issue. That's like trying to say something racist at work and getting fired for it and being like, I have no freedom of speech. It's like, well, no, you don't. You fucking work for this company, man. Like, they give you a paycheck. You have to handle yourself in a way that puts that company in the right light. YouTube can't let a bunch of fucking dumbasses have channels that are monetized and then be like, oh yeah, we obviously don't support that. We just give him a paycheck to put his content up. It's not the way the fucking world works, man.
But Steven Crowder has 2 million plus subscribers on YouTube, right? Like, that's a huge fucking following base. Like, YouTube's going to YouTube, man. You know how it is. And Joe Rogan's going to Joe Rogan. Like,
it's annoying. And he used to just be the cool hippie that fucking did shrooms and, like,
talk about DMT.
Yeah, talked about doing DMT and
called out Carlos Mencia for ripping off jokes. That was about it.
Yeah, he used to be like a pretty cool guy with having like fucking cool scientific people on talking about history shit, and now it's like right wing weirdo after right wing weirdo every fucking day.
And now it's like,
what a cunt.
Yeah.
Facts.
I can't watch his show anymore. Like, unless every once in a while if he has like a good guest on, like, I'll listen, but that's it.
And I'll put it this way. I don't know who said it. I forget who said it. There was somebody on Twitter said it earlier today that, like, Joe Rogan only has this level of fame because of his connection to the UFC and his his instant tap into a 18 to 25-year-old demo for the last 20 years of white guys, of uneducated white guys, and look at what he has now built his brand into.
Yeah,
a complete right wing talking platform for white ethno nationalists, basically. Let's be honest.
Fucking disgusting.
But thank you, Rob, for bringing that up.
for who? What?
You for bringing
What
that up.
about me?
You brought that up.
For what? Rogan. Oh,
Yeah,
right.
you brought that up upon the people here.
Wish I hadn't brought it up on myself. Fuck.
I thought it was going to be about him talking about Joshua because, he went on that whole thing about how, with Tyson Fury, about how Joshua was a duck and all this shit and wasn't the real champion. And
then he had Wilder on there, and it was like, oh yeah, Wilder. He didn't even want to fight Wilder.
That song is so good.
And he did the same with Wilder. He just shitted on Joshua the whole time. So I thought once that knockout went viral or whatever, that he was gonna get on there and pretend
He probably did.
He
Probably did. Let's be honest. But like, I don't listen to Joe Rogan's podcast. Like, I have no time for that bullshit. And it's literally gonna make me stupider as I watch it. Nah, fuck that.
How was Devin Haney on the Breakfast Club? Was he any good?
I didn't know he was on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah, he was.
I'm gonna go check that out then. That's good. That's a really good spotlight for him then.
Yeah.
And it would be a good gauge of like how much character the guy has. Because like if you are bland and boring, it's gonna become very apparent rather quickly that you're bland and boring on that show. And that's one thing I do need to see about his star power is that he obviously can box, obviously has talent. Obviously, the boxing community has built him into a brand of some sort. But I am curious about how much of a crossover appeal his brand does have, to be honest. So I'm curious about that show. I'll go check it out. Did you watch it?
You got to catch up on Jesus and Mero too. They had a fucking hilarious segment about Joshua getting upset. They literally called Andy Ruiz a Pringles can and said, "Yo, my man just got beat up by a cylinder or something." Yeah, the jokes were just fucking hilarious. Those guys are too good.
I haven't watched a single Jesus and Mero episode since they went to Showtime, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Have you watched the Wu-Tang documentary yet? You gotta watch that, man.
Yeah, I watched the Wu-Tang documentary.
That was great.
It was really, really well done.
I
felt bad for RZA the whole time. Sorry, Rob.
Wait, hold on. You felt bad for RZA? Why?
Well, because at the point where everybody got out of their contracts, like,
but that wasn't true. Like, remember that? Like, RZA's entire story of I let everyone out of their contracts was not true. Like, they asked Ghostface, and the Ghostface like, no, that wasn't true.
Well, no. There were certain things that he didn't give up, but he basically let everyone out of like all of their stuff. The only person he gave trouble to was ODB.
That's
his masters and stuff were different. I'll go back and look at it, but
the
no one. I will tell you this: no one in the world would start the greatest hip hop group of all time and just go. You can go do your own thing.
But
that's fine.
He didn't do that. And unfortunately, the documentary did not highlight it enough because the second he goes, I let everyone out of their deals. And they go to Ghostface Killer, and he goes, nope, that wasn't true. That's all he said. They cut away from him. They go to Shine. There's a Shine on the boat, right? And he goes, RZA called me up because them are brothers. They run Wu-Tang, the entire company. And he goes, RZA wanted them all out of the contracts. He said that part is true, allegedly, right? But Shine didn't allow that. Shine was like,
he
no,
said he
that.
did. He said, I thought it was the dumbest move in business. We lost $40 million overnight. That's what he said. They went from a $50 million brand to $10 million because RZA was the only person left.
It wasn't overnight. Like I'm telling you, if you go back, it's just. I think that story is romanticized by RZA, and the documentary did not do a good enough job because Ghostface definitely was like, no, that's not true.
Well, I think what they said wasn't true is he kept the rights to Wu Wear and like
no. Ghostface literally said we had to fight for our shit. He literally says that. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it was like a fight like we would if we built MCR into some kind of crazy brand together from this day, and we would.
Yeah, but then that's not innately RZA saying, "Oh, I let them all their deals."
Well, we might let each other out, but it's like
so it's
you're
not
still going to have some type of a discussion about this might not be great for you.
Okay,
to go on
so
your own.
you're instantly falling back on your first stance on what RZA is saying because RZA is saying I just let them all their deals. RZA is saying there was no fight. You understand that?
I don't know if that might have been what he insinuated, but letting a person out of a deal, like you're not just going to go.
The only
go.
The only one he admitted he relented on letting them out was ODB. And that was sad though. I will admit that. That the fact that they had the video of them in the whatever house they were at, all arguing about the business of letting everyone out of their contracts, was insane. I can't believe they had that footage.
They had a lot of footage you would not have thought they would have had. Where you're like, dude, these guys knew they were bigger than they were because they filmed shit no one else films.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That they knew they were going to be a documentary someday.
Yeah, that was really crazy.
So, Rob, start filming yourselves doing everything because we're going to be a documentary someday.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Hopefully someone will splash us with a water bottle at a fight or something. And
Or maybe we can start like a fight league and we can rip off people and then go on vacations afterwards. That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to see like DR or something, you know.
Yeah, anywhere really. I just love the Caribbean.
Jamaica.
I love the Caribbean. I love the water.
Just come over here. And
Rob will have to grab some sunscreen.
Shit. Huh?
You'll have to grab some sunscreen, Rob,
For what?
if we go to the Caribbean.
Nah, Rob's one of those people like sunscreen doesn't matter, man. That motherfucker is getting sunburned no matter what. He's getting red.
You both live in 90-degree fucking heat, and I'm browner than the pair of you.
No, you're not, man. You're not browner than us. Stop.
I bet we are.
Don't come over here, then you'll get deported.
You get deported.
Get built a wall around me.
Oh, that was hilarious.
That was a whole bunch of interesting shit I didn't care about.
So realistically, I was going to ask you guys when we were talking about the Joshua thing. We all agree that he deserves the rematch in the UK, right?
If he wants it, yeah.
Yeah.
He deserves it, or it was written in the contract.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying as a fan of the sport.
Yeah, like from a meritocracy standpoint, more than like what is written on paper, Rob. That's what he's asking.
Yeah. I'm just saying he is a great champion. He put all of his belts up, fought a guy who,
But I'll say this. If we're arguing pure meritocracy, Andrew Ruiz has 100% room to negotiate. Like, if we're just ignoring what's on the contract, we're talking about meritocracy. Yeah, both guys have absolutely equal claim to having the determination about the location.
He's fine with fighting in the UK as long as they give him $50 million.
I love that troll, man. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm sure the split is already decided, and this is all. And I think Eddie's come out and said he spoke to all the sanctioning bodies, and all the belts will be on the line. So no stripping, vacate. Well, maybe vacating, but I don't know why you would. But
no Martin Glassoff situation, wherever that fight was. Remember?
Yeah,
Tyson Fury got stripped with IBF, right? Yeah.
Like a day after he won it against Klitschko, he said, "You better make a fight in the next 30 days." He's like, "Wait, the fuck?"
That was so crazy.
Yeah.
I still I remember when that happened. I had just started working in this space, and that was crazy at the time. That was big news. Like, oh shit, Tyson Fury's getting stripped. Like that, it made no sense to anyone involved. And honestly, there was really no pushback from the media. That was a shame. Like, there should have been somebody calling up the IBF, demanding to know an answer as to why that happened.
In this day and age, it wouldn't be able to happen. If someone was going through like a mental crisis and that's why they weren't.
Well, no. That's not even on the table.
Oh, gotcha.
That's not even on the table
even
yet,
at the
bro.
point at that point.
Nah. They were in negotiate. The rematch was, I want to say, like set, or not set, but like it was close to a deal. Like it was everything, right? And then
rematch.
Yeah, for Klitschko Fury. Like they almost finalized the deal. Yeah. I don't think it was official.
Wasn't it a mandatory? But Klitschko insisted on a rematch in the. Not that you don't have to do a rematch, but he had one. And
no, there was a rematch clause, and they were in the process of finalizing the deal for the rematch. The IBF called the mandatory at the same time that the rematch clause was already in effect, and therefore stripping Fury of the IBF belt. And then I want to say like a week or two after that is when he got popped for cocaine, and then everything went downhill after that. I want to say like it was a very small time span between him winning, beating Klitschko, him getting stripped of the belt, the deal still in this finalized stage, and then boom, the drug tests start popping up, and then him just going, and you start seeing pictures of him looking 300 plus pounds, and that's when that all started happening. And that was around, 2016-ish? I want to say. Late 2016, mid 2016, probably.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Maybe 2015? Nah, 2016.
Yeah. Whatever. Who cares? It's just facts.
Did you guys make anything of Stevenson getting pulled from the WBC rankings for not enrolling in the clean boxing?
Well, that's not the specific reason why he was pulled from the rankings.
That's part of it, though, right?
No, they just said these guys are no longer in the program because they're no longer in our rankings.
Gotcha.
not the other way around. That
I thought I had
that these guys are no longer in rankings because they're no longer in our program. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it was vice versa. That they're no longer in our program because they're no longer in our rankings. And look, if Shakur Stevenson doesn't want to pay the WBC a sanctioning fee because he's number 1 in the WBO and he's already about to get a belt there, go why? Like why give another 3% to another fucking sanctioning body? And especially when it's attached to this fucking bullshit testing program that's fucking a kangaroo court, so to speak, when it comes to PD regulation. Fuck that. No.
We need something better for the boxers here.
We need something better completely. Like sanctioning bodies, drug testing, everything. We need the regulatory bodies, everything needs to be better.
No punching Joshua in the temple. That kind of thing.
That would be nice, right? That'd be a good rule. But no, I think I'm not too worried about Shakur leaving those rankings and not being the CBB or CBP. Because he's about to go beat Oscar Valdez. Go do that, because I'm about to watch Oscar Valdez fight some guy named Sanchez something Sanchez this weekend.
Frampton Valdez.
I want Frampton to get like a couple bounce back fights.
He's having one, and then it's talk of Valdez later in the year.
Cool. I want Valdez Stevenson. And
well, you're not getting it. I'm telling you, it's Frampton.
Matt really doesn't like Oscar Valdez.
No, I don't anymore. And I used to really like Oscar Valdez.
It's good that he likes Shakur Stevenson over Valdez, though, huh?
I look, if Frampton gets the fight, he's going to win too. So like, I don't care. Like anyone's going to beat Valdez at this point. I just don't think Bob is going to put Frampton over Shakur at this point in time. I think for that fight to beat Valdez, because I think Bob knows both these guys beat Valdez.
I don't know. We'll see. $10 wager on it if you want.
Oh, I'm down. Shakur gets a fight before Frampton?
Yes.
Now, what happens if Valdez loses, bets off, right? Like, not to our, like loses to somebody else before our guys, right? The bets off.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the year of upsets.
It is the year of upsets, man. I feel it. Tom Schwartz about to pull up this win, right, guys? Right?
Yo, I hope that Fury comes out, shits on Joshua, and then gets in some tough fight where he barely beats Tom fucking Schwartz. That's what I hope. And he gets beat around the ring.
And then Luis Ortiz steps up to the plate.
But see, the thing with Ortiz,
the top 3 in the division is Andy Ruiz, Tom Schwartz, and old ass fucking Luis Ortiz.
But the best one would be Schwartz, right, guys? Because Schwartz is like truly nobody, right? Like, I feel like that one would be like a special, so good, because it's Tom fucking Schwartz.
And then I want Josh to be super classy and be like, just like, hey, like not even mention it. Just like let it go. Like,
yeah, because let's bring that up because didn't I say?
As soon as the microphone gets in his face, he went and he did.
Say he's a fucking disgrace. If I was him, I'd never show my face in public again. The fucking weightlifter lost to the fat kid. After that, wonderful PR move with the don't kick a man when he's down kind of tweet. And then first interview, he's a shit house.
He can't help it, man. As soon as he gets on the mic, he's got to be a cut up.
Next interview will be like, he's a British guy. I was rooting for the British guy, but something was wrong, but come on, AJ, lift your head up. You can do it. Win those belts back for the UK. Next person in line. So Fury, talk to us about Joshua versus. He's a shithouse tosser. He couldn't even lace my boots. Like, goddamn. It just mixes it up. I swear he is the most bored person in like interview media scrums, and when they're cycled through to get their few minutes with him. I think he's bored. Sometimes you can really tell he's like really short with his answers, and then when he's in a fun mood, he does what he does. But that media must get so tedious for fighters, though, huh? Just ask the same shit over and over and over again. It must be shit.
It gets tedious for us media too. It's not.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
Like, oh, what do our viewers want to hear? Oh, I'm talking to Anthony Joshua. Hey, Anthony, when's the Wilder fight gonna happen? I checked that off. You know?
Media scrums are always like just the worst. Like I hate them.
Well, I've already told Anthony Fowler he's got a fight date for July 16th on that Manchester card. Going to be headline Buatsi. He's got his.
You told him that?
Huh?
You told him that?
No, I told. What do you mean? I told him what?
You said.
I
You said.
told you what I said yet.
You said I told Fowler, and then you went with the sentence. So I was like, "Oh, you told Fowler this. Oh, like you told me he has a fight. You're the matchmaker now for matchroom like that."
No, you didn't
Oh,
even. Just show you
getting in the Hearns family business.
Way to go, man! Yay! Getting out of the shed, getting to the clubhouse.
At least one of the three are getting some of that DAZN money.
Yes.
No, you didn't let me finish. I told Fowler, I said, because by the way, he's got a fight date. Fingers crossed, I'm going to be there as media. I'm going to get that Team Machine interview for the channel.
All right.
He's like,
Can you
yeah.
get the Fitzgerald interview too?
The what?
The Fitzgerald interview too.
I will. Because
I'm just playing. I love Fowler. You know that, bro.
He's on the same card, so I will get that Fitzgerald.
Yo, that was so messed up, bro.
Oh, come on.
They're
Wait
doing
till
it
you
on the
guys
same-
get to rib me when Loma takes his L, which is probably coming sooner than later, honestly.
Well, it's next fight, I would imagine.
Who's that?
Luke Campbell.
Oh,
sorry.
Maybe. Dude, I'm a Campbell fan too. That's gonna be a tough fight for me.
As long as Gary doesn't pick Campbell, we're good.
Come on, really, Fu? You really act like that's a hard one to pick?
No, it's not a hard one to pick. Loma's gonna win. I like Luke Campbell as well.
Sleeping on Campbell.
No, Campbell's a hell of a boxer, man. Just Loma's
a much better one.
In a different world when it comes.
Campbell's gonna be the best mover that he's fought.
No, I don't know. Linares.
Yeah.
Nah.
He outmoved Campbell. Like, what do you mean?
Barely, if at all.
Barely, if at all, man. Oh, the bitterness.
Knocked down and then lost the fight if it wasn't for the flashlight knockdown.
Yeah, that's how scoring. That's how scoring works. You get knocked down. That shit happens. That's relevant.
He was the better mover. Doesn't mean he was the better mover.
I think so.
I don't.
Luke Campbell, MBE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be me and him with one.
Yeah.
Yo, you telling me that you cooked a veteran or something to get it was hilarious, man.
Yeah, well, Middy set me up for the line. I just
That's hilarious.
I just did it, and then I was like, "Nah, it's my sister's." So I thought,
Middy is low key the funniest person. Like when he
Take that
comes
back.
into our chat,
Take that
it's
back.
so hilarious.
Stop.
Take it.
You know
Stop.
it's true.
Stop.
You know it's true.
Take it back. Take it back.
We're all very
If I
funny
haven't
in that
got
chat
funny, then
together.
I ain't
But
got nothing. I don't know.
you got your good looks.
I'm like Chandler. When
You got your shiny head. You're good, man.
Yeah.
Did you just say I got a tiny head?
Shiny.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say pot kettle.
You got a great family. Come on, man.
No, I mean, you know, like was it an episode of Friends?
By the way,
God,
Nigel,
I've lost my powers.
Nigel in the chat saying, I think Linares is better than Luke.
Oh.
Shout out to Nigel back in the chat. We missed you, Nigel. Where you
It must
been?
be true then.
Yeah, we know where she's been
Champ,
at.
champ.
Another
Must be
channel.
true. Must be true. then.
Champ. No, it is true.
We see it. We see everything. I'm just kidding.
What I will say is, I mean, we all know Loma's, second, third best defensive boxer after like Floyd Mayweather. It's gonna be really hard for right now, statistically.
I saw an old video.
I want to put him.
We
him
put
three.
him there
No,
in our list.
behind Mayweather. You talking about all time then, motherfucker?
No, a recent boxer.
Well, then that's not Mayweather. Mayweather wasn't on our list, bro. What are you talking about?
Because Mayweather is always still active, bro.
No,
He's coming back.
Mayweather's
He's
not
gonna fight.
active. Oh my god.
He's gonna fight.
Pernell Whitaker's better than him all time.
Pernell Whitaker.
You can make an argument like Sugar Ray Robinson's better than him all time. You can make an argument that
Willie Pep.
I mean, yeah, Willie Pep, but like that's the obvious one. Like that, I was trying to think of more deep cuts.
The French guy. What's his name?
What about Ali? Like, what do you? Ali obviously has better defense than Lomachenko.
I don't know, man.
See, like that's the thing.
Loma's
Like
really good
you can't say
defensively.
Loma's top 3 all time defensively. You can't say that.
Linares knocked fucking Loma down, food. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, get out of here. Yeah, because none of those other boxers ever got knocked down.
Who?
Muhammad Ali's never been knocked down.
Of course he had. What are you talking about?
I mean, that is not a great argument for why someone couldn't be the top 3.
But
who was it?
hold on. Rob, let me tap in. Let me tap in there, Rob. I got you back. I got you. Because I want to fuck with food now. But to Rob's credit, he said to Linares. And Linares just lost to some fucking nobody at 140, bro, and got knocked out. So let me finish my point. Ali got knocked down by all-time greats, not some bum like Linares, some dosser.
/ former hype train fucking driver.
Whatever.
Whatever.
I'm a bigger stand for Pernell Whitaker as a defensive boxer anyway.
That
I
was-
was just saying active boxers.
Pernell was Floyd Mayweather's.
Well, active boxers, he's number 1, right?
Fucking talking.
Yeah.
I'm
But
sorry,
I
Rob.
still consider Mayweather active. I don't know why, but sorry, Robbie, say it.
No, I saw an old video and it was Floyd Mayweather's top 5 fighters of all time. He was number 1. It was hilarious. Like, really? All right, should have guessed. And I think Pernell was like number 3. I think was it 3? Who did he have it to? I can't remember. But
Hopefully Canelo.
he had like he was throwing shade by his choices a little bit. But no, he picked Muhammad Ali was 5th. Right.
Oh, James Toney too, right? You guys would put James Toney way up on the defensive, right?
Yeah, but not. I mean, obviously, this is the hard thing. Like, how do you compare James Toney's defense to like guys like Lomachenko, Usyk, Pernell Whitaker, Mayweather, Pep? You know, like, how do you compare those? Like, it's just that's hard because James Toney's defense was unique because his ability to bob and weave on the inside was truly special. Very few guys could do that. Where he was so hard to hit when he was right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know? And he did it mainly with just waist movement. Like, that's all he did. His footwork was kind of trash. He didn't really have good, like, blocks or parries, but what he did do well, the upper body waist movement, man. He was dipping, sliding all over the place, slipping shots.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Do you want the Bleacher Report top 10 defensive fighters of all time?
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it.
This was produced. When did they make this?
Who wrote it? Do you know who wrote it?
Let me quickly scroll back up to the start of the article. It was by Fred Kelly.
I don't know who Fred Kelly is.
This was January 26th, 2011. So there could be maybe some notable misses out of this, but number 11 is Roy Jones, by the way. 10, Joe Calzaghe.
Makes sense. I can see it.
Number 9, Gene Tunney.
I can see it.
Bernard Hopkins.
That's another good one. We forgot Bernard.
Yeah. Great defensive boxer. He was so defensive, he got out of the ring in his last fight.
Oh, that's fucking harsh.
Wilfred Benitez.
Ooh.
Juan Manuel Marquez.
Yeah, you put Benitez above Bernard, like that doesn't make sense tonight to me at all. Like that at all. Like Benitez was a great offensive boxer more than a defensive boxer, in my opinion. Like offensively, he was really gifted.
6.
Who?
Marquez. Juan Manuel.
Makes sense.
5, Sugar Ray Leonard.
Makes sense.
Oh yeah.
4, Muhammad Ali. 3, Sugar Ray Robinson. 2, Pernell Whitaker. And in 2 also, so he's done 2 number 2s. They're draw. Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Wait, so he's just making up fucking rules here? You can do ties?
Yeah, he's got a tie for second. And then, Willie Pep is number 1.
Yeah.
I feel like he just gave up and went to like the known names for like
towards the end.
Towards the end. And Benitez is high on that list, like super high.
Like who else did he put out of the list?
Was that a voted list or was it just a
Manny
list he
Pacquiao, number
completely
13.
Like I think Roy Jones should be on the top 10 before Benitez. Honestly,
It's everyone's, I guess.
I'm gonna
Winky right.
I'm gonna text Santiago and call in, guys. You know Santiago, he knows more about this shit than we do. Let's see if he can. Because he's
There's one other guy I watch a lot for like when they make the best defensive boxers. I think his
OMG. I am so excited.
The big man, Tyson Fury.
Well, obviously this was what 2011, right?
Again?
What year was this published again?
2011, yeah.
Yeah, so like all the modern guys are gonna be out of the equations, like Usyk, Loma, Crawford.
Let me look at another. Let's see if I can find
Oh, Nicolini Loche. Have
Rigatoni?
you watched anything on him?
Rigatoni?
No, I'm telling you, watch this guy. Considered one of the best defensive boxers of all time. He's pretty crazy. But Willie Pep has to be number one, right? He's the only person who won around without throwing a punch.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
There's no tape on it. I like Calzaghe. I like the call of Calzaghe in the top 10. Always one of the most like overlooked fighters of all time. Honestly. And it's probably mainly due to his big wins being pseudo past their prime, Hopkins and Roy Jones, but Calzaghe was the goods, man. God. I was a huge Calzaghe fan back in the day, I'll be honest. Rob?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I'm talking about UK fighter. I assume you're going to jump in here and talk about him too.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to do some stuff in the background.
When his dad passed away, was it last year? That was really sad, man.
Yeah, man. Yep.
That was rough.
See this list. I don't know who wrote it, but they've got.
Oh, quickly, hold on. Before you jump in here, Santiago has called in.
Oh,
Santiago.
What's up? It's not often I get requests to actually call into the show from the man himself.
Yes, because we're talking about boxing history, so we thought we need someone that knows boxing history more than we do, or just knows boxing history. Period. We're talking about the top 10 defensive boxers of all time. And Rob, do you have the first list up that we found?
let me get it quick.
Because we found a list that we're going to read off to you. We want to get your opinion on this list because I have some gripes with it. And they're minor gripes, but they're significant because we're doing boxing banter. So we're going to make insignificant topics become significant, obviously.
Okay, Santiago, bear in mind this was from 2000 and what did I say? 2011.
So it's a little bit old, but just keep that in mind.
Let me get to the top 10. Bear in mind they've got Roy Jones Jr. At number 11. Okay, so number 10, Joe Calzaghe.
Just go through the list. Go through the top 10, and then we're going to get Santiago's thoughts.
9, Gene Tunney. 8, Bernard Hopkins. Number 7, Wilfred Benitez. Number 6, Juan Manuel Marquez. 5, Sugar Ray Leonard. 4, Muhammad Ali. 3, Sugar Ray Robinson. And then he's done a joint second, Pernell Whitaker and Floyd Mayweather. And then number 1, Willie Pep.
Santiago, I have 2 quick points I want you to sort of talk about. 1, I think Benitez is ranked way too high on this list. And number 2, I think Mayweather-Pernell as a tie is a cop-out by the writer of this article. I want to get your opinion about those two, especially the Benitez one, because I know you like Benitez. You've watched a lot of his fights. Your viewpoint about him being in the top 10 defensive boxers of all time, ahead of guys like Calzaghe, Roy Jones Jr., and others.
Well, when it comes to defensive fighters, honestly, Benitez isn't the first one that comes to mind. Like, I know he was great, and I mean, this guy did a lot in his time as a fighter too. I probably would have started off at 10 with him, to be honest with you. As for the cop-out with the tie number 2, yeah, I mean, obviously, dude, like, you could make an honorable mention, but not a tie 2 at that point, if you ask me. You know, you see a lot of those people that say honorable mentions, so it wouldn't hurt to do that.
So, what do you think of the list overall, though, Santiago? Good list.
Oh yeah, I think it's actually a pretty good list. I was very impressed to see that whoever wrote that list actually even included Gene Tunney on there. A very underrated defensive fighter, especially during his time too, considering that he was fighting during the time of the great Jack Dempsey, who embodied the Roaring 20s. You know, and you know, a fun fact about that too is that that's probably the only instance that you'll ever see a championship round, 2 fights that were only scheduled for 10 rounds.
Okay, that was the fight with Dempsey. I was just reading there. It says it's known as the long count.
Yeah, the first one that I can recall, at least, where because they had just implemented the new rule where fighters that are knocked down, that the knocking down fighter had to go to a neutral corner for the referee to start the count. Dempsey was the one that was actually clamoring for that rule to be in effect, because he said that he was worried that if he got knocked down, that Tunney standing over him would be a disadvantage to him. The irony being that it was Dempsey who stood over Tunney and wasted the referee's time trying to get him to go to the neutral court before the referee actually started the count at 1.
Okay. Yep.
I think there's a good documentary about isn't there like a good documentary like way back in the day, like a 90s documentary about the long count or about Jack Dempsey? I'm trying to remember.
There was a document, like a 4-part documentary with Johnson, Dempsey, Ruiz, and Ali, the Kings of the Ring.
Yes.
They mentioned that. They mentioned that, the long count. And the fun fact about that one, too, is that a round later, Tunney actually did score the knockdown on Dempsey, but the referee started his count right away, and Tunney was still standing over Dempsey.
Santiago, that's all I actually really wanted to call in, was to get that comment about Benitez, because I'll be honest, when Rob read the list, I got kind of upset that Benitez was ranked that high, and I wanted you to call in to give some better thoughts or more well-educated opinions about that matter. So thank you, Santiago.
Do you rate him above? He's one place above Hopkins, though.
Benitez.
Yeah. Do you think Hopkins and Calzaghe should be ranked above him?
Handedly, easily.
Yeah.
Like I said, I would have started Benitez off at 10.
Even ahead of like Roy Jones?
Well, Roy, I think, should be in there. If we're talking about pure skill set, maybe not, because when it came to Roy, a lot of Roy had to do with him and his athleticism, his unorthodoxness, not really him sticking to the rules. But if we're going about defensive-ness overall, then Roy should be in there. I am not even sure how Benitez beat him out to begin with.
It says the Puerto Rican New York-born sensation Wilfred Benitez is the epitome of the term boxer puncher. Not only did Benitez have great defense, his aggressiveness was paramount.
Does the writer know that boxer puncher doesn't mean defensive boxer? What? Santiago.
2011 was a crazy time, but if you're gonna rank him above Roy, I'm not sure that guy did his research thoroughly, if you ask me.
Thank you.
Hey, Santi, I have a question real quick. This won't be long. But our defensive list that we put out, what did you think about that? Our top 5.
Oh, I thought you guys did a great job on that list. Obviously, you guys are more or less sticking it to the modern era of fighters. So I would be more curious to see what you guys would consider your list as the all-time greats of the previous eras.
Oh, that's
we
tough.
should do a greatest pound for pound list, greatest, shouldn't we? That'd be good.
Oh my god,
that would be. That'd be fucking difficult.
We're gonna find out how casual Fu and Rob are rather quickly.
Yeah, because you guys don't
will be
want
like
me to be doing that
Loma.
for you guys. Then you guys are the ones copping out.
That's true. We will be copping out. Thank you, Santiago, for the call and for adding some historical facts to the matter.
It's so tricky, though, right? How do you like put a Lomachenko in amongst? Do you know what I mean? So someone
You couldn't. I mean, I don't think you
Yeah.
could.
I feel like we
in
can't
the
put
top
any
5
of.
of all time.
I feel like if we're talking about all time, we can't even put any like the active guys in. Honestly,
Yeah.
like they're like if you're actively like at the top of your sport right now, like you're in your own category. Like you can't be talked about all time yet. You got to retire first. I feel like.
I kind of would like to do that though. That could be fun.
Like
think
yeah,
I
we
have
know.
probably
Like for
3
example,
of
like
my 5 off the top of my head.
Pacquiao, obviously, we know is gonna be an all-time great. Like we
Yeah.
know we're gonna be talking about him on that list in some fashion when he retires. I think right now it's hard to do that because let's say he goes on and beats Thurman, beats Spence, even beats Crawford. Oh my God, are we talking about Pacquiao having actually a better career than Mayweather? Absolutely, absolutely. So like like it's so hard to gauge people in their career, even like guys like Messi or Ronaldo, who are obviously all-time great soccer and football players. I want to see what they do for the rest of their careers first before I talk about them all time. I think it would do them a disservice actually to not have the full picture yet.
Yeah.
But to that point, for fighters like let's say Roy Jones, or for MMA like BJ Penn, right? Guys that have stayed way past their expiration date and actually have, like sort of hurt their legacies in a slight way. At that point, I do sort of discount what they do because I do understand the context that they are past the hill. Like I don't count for anything Roy Jones basically after like the Tarver losses and the Calzaghe loss. Like after that, like nothing really matters anymore for Roy Jones. Nothing was relevant.
Same for Hopkins too. I mean,
Not really. Hopkins stayed relevant. He was fighting good opposition till the end. He fought Joe Smith Jr.
Yeah.
Fought Sergey Kovalev.
I'm not gonna put that against him though, because
No, not gonna put him against him, obviously, but like it's counted different than like Roy Jones fighting the Bobby Guns of the world, wherever he was fighting.
Roy's really got to stop.
Was Bobby Gunn
Is
the
he
guy in the
finally
Rocky
done?
movie? Yeah, Roy Jones is done. He's promoting. He has the deal with UFC Fight Pass.
Yeah.
That's why all those boxing cards on UFC Fight Pass, those are all Roy Jones cards.
Shout out to Gary for loving those.
Yeah, shout out to Gary.
I want to do greatest knockouts of all time as well.
I do too.
I don't know how we can. It's hard not to show the footage, right? But
pictures.
Yeah.
Do it the way we've done with other ones, pictures, and find social media videos that I don't have to worry about copyright.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Some of them are going to be past copyright, I would imagine, right? If you're going way back. Would it not be?
Mate, people own libraries.
Yo, what are you talking about? You think ABC's like, yeah, after 30 years, you guys can just use this shit? No.
How do all these other people show all that footage in their intros and shit? Oh, they're not monetized. We're not monetized either, though. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it.
I've seen a lot of channels that show footage.
If we did it, a video would be taken down. Other people have got it and it's not taken down. But you can't say, well, they're not monetized. Well, we're not either. So
yeah, Fu, I don't know. It's YouTube, man. Like YouTube's a fucking cesspool. It's an ends to a means for us guys, unfortunately. Like if there's another thing that was like YouTube but better, that had the same amount of people on it every day, we would be on that.
For sure. But yeah, there's like some of the YouTubers my kid watches, occasionally they slip out a swear word and they go, oh, there goes monetization. They're clamping down. Oh, who did I see? Who was the channel? They've been shut down. They got a fucking shit ton of followers and they've been demonetized. And it's because of repetitive content that is not educational, wasn't it? Right. Good job. We're so educational. Teaching the world about the boxing news.
Did you guys catch that historical lesson on defensive boxing? We are an educational channel.
Bring out your exercise books.
Yo,
take notes.
It's
Santiago on the line.
It's funny because like you have channels like Steven Crowder's, right, with 2 million subscribers, and it's basically a hate channel. Like they literally have homophobic and like racial slurs on that channel, and they speak about it all the time, right? Like it's a fucking hate channel.
Yeah.
They don't worry about that shit, And then other channels, like us, for example, have done nothing. Boom, demonetized. We can't stream live. Like it just YouTube has to fix their shit, man. Honestly,
they catch you playing a song in the fucking green room and shut our.
No, that's not why they did it. That's not why they did it.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I know. Don't worry about that.
Oh.
No, they didn't have a reason. They just fucking did it. It was some guy that was working at a cyber company, and I think he was working as like the Matchroom or Sky's like cyber team to like check on piracy, right? It was something like that, right?
ITV, James DeGale.
ITV, not Matchroom. Thank you.
Sorry, Eddie. I got you. I got you, Eddie.
Well, it wasn't coming at Eddie, man. I'm just saying that some guy in a cyber company.
Oh, Matchroom, you're not coming at Eddie? Come on, fuck out of here.
It's the mafias.
And he tagged our shit thinking that we were gonna pirate the video.
Yeah,
like, that's all. And like,
something I did see that people do, Matt, and what we might want to do in live fight chats, they just always put no video footage.
Look, that's happened one time.
Footage,
that's happened one
whatever.
time. Like, I'm not worried about it, guys. Like, I'm really not worried about being demonetized or anything like that. I worked on a previous channel where I had the host saying a lot of wild shit. Never was demonetized.
Yeah.
Guys, like I'll be honest. I don't think we're worried about it. And Rob, to your point about the kids, a kids channel, they have a different level of attention on.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Kids channel. It's like a guy making Fortnite videos and stuff, but he is, it's not necessarily aimed at children, but obviously
Fortnite is for children though. That's like
yeah.
I bet the average player of that game's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
Something like
The
that.
average maturity is definitely 12 years old, but whether you're 12 or not.
Yes.
What are we talking now? Boxing channels? What are we talking about?
Both.
But yeah, what are some of your immediate thinking about it sort of knockouts that you would put in your list?
Well, you're talking about like iconic knockouts or just like great knockouts?
Just great knockouts. I guess maybe some will rank higher
both,
because of the fight and the opposition, but
obviously, like Douglas and Buster Douglas and Tyson have to be on that list somewhere. Both,
yeah,
and that's also gonna be like an all-time upset list too. That'll be on that too. Probably Duran Hearns. That was a great knockout. Face first on the mat. Always love those ones. Top of my head. Maybe like one of Hatton's knockouts because those are always funny. Like him getting knocked out.
Oh.
What about
Rob's first love?
Just a straight hater.
Santiago saying Ann Wolf KO won Vonda Ward. That's a great knockout.
What about McLennan, Julian Jackson?
That is a good one. Paul Williams and is it Sergio Martinez? No. Is it Sergio Martinez? Why am I not remembering it?
Oh, my head's gone as well, actually. Because
it's the Paul Williams knockout. It's the famous one. Yeah, Sergio Martinez. Thank you, Santiago. I was right.
One that always comes back to me,
myself.
and I think it's just because I was so young when it happened, or I was like, maybe like 14. When did Tyson fight McNeely and knocked him out in like 16 seconds or so? It was like one punch. I just remember like.
Was that like 1988?
I don't remember. I was young. I just remember thinking like how scary that shit is,
Tyson was terrifying, man.
That was, he came out all looking for it and then suddenly changed his mind when he literally got touched.
Yeah.
Shit's funny as fuck.
Damn, what's some other ones?
Who's the one who was the great white hype?
Gary Cooney?
No. He was in one of the Rocky movies. I think you have HIV.
Tommy Morrison.
Tommy Morrison. Who was it? Sparked him out horrible. Who was that? Santi will tell us again.
Santiago, man.
He got brutalized in the corner. Referee should have stopped it way quicker. Yeah. That was horrific.
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to go back even more and trying to find some ones off the top of my head. Ray Mercer, first loss.
Yeah,
it was probably Ray Mercer. Yeah, shout out to Ray Mercer, man. That was a guy getting knockouts everywhere, man. Shit. I gotta think about that list though. What about best fights all time? That one. What about best fights all time? That's another list we should do.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, definitely.
I know my number one.
The greatest fight of all time, Connor.
Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran won, man. Easily the best fight of all time.
That's a good fight.
You can put that one on any time of the day, and that will be entertaining.
Taylor and Chavez was really good.
Yo, I'm really worried about Mildred Taylor right now, man. That's some CTE shit going on over there.
Jones and Tony at 168, right? Jones and Tony at 168 was a great fight.
Some that like it's gonna be hard because
Gotti Ward.
Yeah.
And obviously Castillo and Corrales.
Corrales,
obvious.
Epic, yeah.
That ninth
All
round
the
alone.
LaMotta Robinson fights. Hell, you can go with any of the Ali, Foreman, Frazier. Those fights were all really good.
Yeah, there's some we can pull from there. That'd be a good list.
Yeah, man. For me,
Eubanks Ben. Shout out to Santiago with the UK poll right there. Look at you. Look at Rob's face. He's smiling.
Oh, Rob got so happy.
Oh, because that brought Rob back to his childhood right there. Hey, Mom, it's Eubanks on the TV, on the telly.
Oh my God. Oh no, wait, that's the biggest.
Were you more of a Ben or a Eubanks guy? I think you've told me this before.
Ben, yeah.
Ben, you were more Ben guy.
Yeah. I started to change my thinking on Eubank. Like I started to like him near the end, I think, for some reason. Just thought, he's cool.
He grew on you.
Didn't like him as much as Fu likes him, but
man, no one likes him as much as Fu likes him. Holy
no one.
That's weird. But
you can just start playing that music you played earlier. No, dude, we forgot. What about Lewis and Rockman? That was a big knockout.
That was a big knockout.
Yeah, for sure.
The funny part about knockout of the year is that instantly we start thinking about upsets too, and they start having a crossover appeal. You gotta think about knockouts that happen outside of upsets. So we have like a true like upsets only list and a knockouts only list. Gotta think about that one. But then again, like we might have some knockouts that deserve to be there. But digression. Gotti versus Ivan Robinson. I like that one. I like that one a lot. And yeah, Rand Barkley fight basically.
Marquez, Starch, and Pacquiao.
Have you got
Margarito Cotto 1?
What would you be able to watch? I Am Duran, the new movie or whatever it is. Like
the actual movie or the documentary?
I think it's it's just come out just like literally like this week. I think Gareth A. Davis was at a screening of it. I'm gonna look it up real quick, but yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I've not seen it. I think you have to like buy it. It's not on Netflix or anything. That's probably why I won't watch it.
I Am Duran, IMDb.
I'm ready for more of like, you know what boxing needs more of? Like a Roy Jones, James Toney documentary.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, or like a Chris Eubank, Ben documentary. Like, go about the guys that had amazing rivalries and fights in, let's say, the 90s, 80s, in that time, that aren't Leonard, Duran, Tyson. Please.
Yeah.
Please give me documentaries beside those three names in that time span, because
like
even
Ali, do we need an Ali story,
no.
right? You know.
But for me, even though I'm 95, born 95, I grew up watching highlights of 80s and 90s fights. Like that's what I grew up on. So like that time will always be like idolized to me. But go deeper. I want some more deep cuts for documentaries. I do.
Yeah, the Tapia one HBO did it. I love it. It's amazing. What a sort of sad, but like when you hear like sometimes I'm at work and I'm not even watching it, but I have it going on in my ears and I'm just listening. And you hear the crowd. You know, it was Albuquerque and all that. Amazing. The crowd were pumped and that. And he was like a hero, but you know, bad lad, grew up rough. And then, you know, lost his mother early on, and oh my God, it's a crazy story, absolutely insane story. You know, all his addictions and that, like sad, heartbreaking. You know, just wants to, fighting's all he knew, kind of thing. It's crazy. And what's the other one that's really good? Who was it? It was taking him round to. Oh man, what with Fox or Showtime? What is it? He killed the Japanese guy, or was it Japanese guy?
Talking about fighter, right? Talking about fighter.
A fighter, yeah, the fight he killed. Was it a Japanese guy? Died like a little while later. He's working on TV now, like an oldish dude.
Mancini?
Yeah, Ray Mancini.
Yes, thank you.
God, that was doing my brain. I was about to explode. Yeah, there's one on that as well. And Mancini went and met the family and like the like his children.
By the way, Santiago, correcting you, he was Korean.
There you go. All right.
Racialist.
Get the fuck out of here. If I'd have replied to Matt with a certain comment, it would have been, but I didn't. So I just got the nationality of someone wrong. Damn. I'm proud.
It is a tough crowd. It's MCR, it's Boxing Banter.
Top 10 defensive podcaster, me right now.
Number one.
But obviously, Patreon family, thank you for listening. Thank you for your patronage. Without you, lights aren't on. Without you, the show doesn't keep going. Without you, the outlet does not grow. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Without you, the website doesn't get built. AK, without you, I don't pay back Fu for building the website. Without you, I don't pay back Rob for making the new sexy intro. You know, there's just so much that we can't do without you guys. So thank you. And know that what you guys spend on does go towards something good. It goes towards this and solely this. Have a great day, great night wherever you're listening. You guys know where to find us. It's our names and MCR platforms everywhere. Be back tomorrow with a full show and hopefully maybe the website, but that depends on the domain name fully switching over. But anyways, peace.
Are you off your tits? Have you been smoking something?
Stay off the weed.
That's stupid. Use your common sense.
Hey, pussy, are you still there?